Well, push the limits is back. It's just had its run. We're going to show you that video in a minute, but she's on a new stander that I made. Made it a lot easier to run the boat down there. I can do this a bit by myself instead of someone else with me. Okay, down at the water now. Boat's heading out. I'm on only a fraction of throttle. I'm checking the water cooling. Please excuse the wind. You'll hear a bit of wind in this. I don't have, it's just recorded on an iPhone. But we're going to head out, take it nice and easy. Check the water cooling, a bit of a run here. I'll bring it past the pontoon so we can check the water cooling, making sure all the water cooling is coming out the exit valves. And I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. Last time we did this, boat got airborne and cost me a bunch of money. We're going to make another video in regards to all the things that happened, the setups and everything like that. So that video is going to be coming out. I do apologise, there hasn't been a video for a while. The weather here in Melbourne, Australia hasn't been the best. It's been raining lots. So now the weather's hopefully going to pick up. We'll get a few more videos and a bit more content out there. Here we go. We're about to step on the throttle a little bit. None of these runs will hit full throttle. None at all will hit full throttle. I'll stay way away from that. I'm just watching the boat's orientation, how much it's picking the nose up. We've got new drive shafts on, new steering. So there's a fair bit new on the boat that'll change the performance. The propellers are still the same. So heading now, I'll start to get on the throttle a bit more, and first run will basically be over soon. Open it up, check the batteries, check how much water. How much water's on board. Speed runs here at around 80 kilometres an hour, maybe 100. Videos just don't do this justice. We've heard this so many times for people who've seen the boat for real. Checking the steering, staying on the throttle, getting past the... Well, staying on the throttle through the steering turns to check how stable the boat is. Back on the power. Now, I know footage of a boat going around in circles isn't the most exciting. Oh, this is change of direction, see if I can performance, but you're not going to get to our new aim, which is 200 kilometres an hour now. We're not going to get to 200 kilometres an hour by just pushing this boat really hard. We definitely want to get different videos and different vantage points to show you the speed and try and capture that on video. But with a $7,000 boat, we want to take it easy. So, a bit boring, but step number one. Take it out, see if it runs without damaging it, bring it back in, which we did successfully. Run number two about to come up. Oh, bit of a spin out. Back on it, and here we come. So now we'll head to run number two. Okay, run number two, the wind had picked up a bit. We wanted to get on the throttles a bit more. Trust me, this is really hard not to be able to, just to not punch it and have a whole heap of fun, but take it out. Battery still had about 55% in them. I've cut this video up a little bit to show you the speed runs, not so much the turning and going away all the time. The thing to look for and what I'm looking for is the rooster tail. So as I hit the throttles, the rooster tail actually comes down. Playing with direction, playing with steering. So I've got new steering, I want to check all this out. We're going with the wind, that's why all the speed runs are done towards me. That's with the wind, obviously we don't want to do speed runs into the wind. Last little hit of the throttle and we're going to bring the boat in. Good clean run. So back with the boat now. We have been out for another run since those first two. The boat has been out. I'll show you a quick little clip of the boat on that next day. But we did have one problem. We pulled the steering, I should say, pulled the cable out of the steering rod. So we're getting a lot of force through the steering, so it's something to watch, but didn't cause any problems. It did it at slow speed. The only problem is we had to watch the boat float in because we couldn't steer it. So it was out there. Apart from that, nothing else wrong with the boat. Everything's running absolutely superbly. Watch out for the next video. The next video is going to be the one I know a lot of people want to see, which is we're actually going to go through everything with the boat. Big shout out to Custom Carbon Fibre Parts, Kent, who you can look up on Facebook. Custom Carbon Fibre Parts are the ones that supplied these awesome drive shafts, the steering mechanism, and there's a bunch of other things that Kent does for these big boats. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but check it out. There's some pretty cool stuff there. The next video is going to be about all the systems, how this boat was set up. For some people it'll be really boring. For some people it'll be, you know, quite an exciting video because they want to know more about these boats and what's actually involved in all the setups and how I did it. It's not to say it's the right way. It's not to say it's the wrong way. It's how I did it. So that's going to be the next video. Watch that. I'm going to shoot to a clip now of yesterday, which was a pretty fast run. A couple of days after that first drive, we started to get on the gas a bit. So I'll shoot to that and we'll see you in the next video.